The Separatist army was absolutely massive, big enough at least to set out on a campaign to conquer the entire galaxy. But how big was it exactly, and how much would it cost to create? That's exactly what I'll break down in this video, so smash that subscribe button, check out our Discord server in the description down below, and let's get into it. Well, in canon there were 6.2 million clones in the army of the Galactic Republic. We get this number from the 1.2 million that were mentioned in Attack of the Clones and the 5 million that was ordered during the Clone Wars. In Season 1 of the Clone Wars animated series, Count Dooku claims that the droid army outnumbers the clones 100 to 1. This would mean that the droids have at least 620 million units. But a conflicting canon source also states that by the end of the war, there were billions of battle droids. Since we have two conflicting sources, I'm just going to work under the assumption that there are around a billion battle droids, somewhere in the middle of the two sources. Thank you so much to the Lucasfilm Story Group. Now, sadly, we don't actually have any information on what the unit structure was like for the battle droids, so I'm going to have to make some big assumptions here, but stick with me. So let's say that the overwhelming majority of the army consists of B1 battle droids. This makes sense, since the entire purpose of the droid army was to use their numbers to their advantage to make up for the lack of efficiency compared to individual clones. Also, they would be much cheaper. B1 battle droids, according to the 2007 Legends role-playing game, A Star Wars Saga Edition, would cost us 1,800 credits each. With the 1 billion units that we're going to order with this would cost us a mind-bending 1.8 trillion Republic credits. Now, generally speaking, there was one B2 super battle droid for every 100 B1 battle droids on the field. Obviously, they were used way more sparingly as they were much more expensive and much smarter, but because of that reason, there couldn't be that many of them. According to that same role-playing game, these B2s cost around 3,300 credits each. That would mean our order of 10 million super battle droids would run us at about 33 billion credits. A small loan of 33 billion credits, not too bad. So far we've built up a bill of 1,833 billion credits, and we haven't even covered the heavy support units. These are the far more expensive units that we see much less often in the galaxy. Spider droids were 70,000 credits apiece. Their more mobile counterpart, the dwarf spider droid, sets the CIS back around 15,000 credits each. And of course, we can't make this list without including the droidicas, infamously detested by the Jedi and clones alike. They'd run us about 21,000 credits per unit. I'm going to refer to this group of droids as the special droid units from here on out, just so we can follow this a little bit easier. If we were to take the prices of the special droid units and create an average out of them, we would have an average order price of 35,000 Republic credits. If we were to take 10% of the cost of our current bill, which would be around 183 billion credits, and divided our average credit spent for the special droid units, we would end up with 5.2 million of those units, which honestly seems like far more than we'll need, because in an event even as large as the First Battle of Geonosis, employed there were only around 50,000 of these units. However, given how much of a plunge our wallet has already taken, I wouldn't be too surprised if the CIS were willing to scale up these forces over time. So all of this means that with a billion ground units consisting of 1 billion B1 battle droids, 10 million B2 super battle droids, and 5.2 million additional heavy-duty support units, we've spent a total of 2,016 billion credits. But this is just the cost of ordering the droids themselves. We can't forget that the B1 battle droids need to be armed with blasters and grenades and all of that stuff. According to canon sources, it would cost around 600 credits for each E5 blaster rifle, which generally speaking is what most of the droids used. This means that blasters for our 1 billion B1 battle droids would cost an additional 600 billion credits, bringing our total up to a staggering 2.616 trillion Republic credits. Yes, you heard that right, trillion. There's way more money needing to be spent here on the tanks, aircraft, ships, and grenades like I said before, but as far as we know in canon, there's no solid information on numbers for these, and I couldn't find anything in it on Legends either, so we're not going to pull from that. So now, yes, these calculations are obviously just rough numbers, and they have plenty of room for error. I'm not claiming that they're perfect, but since we don't have any real statistics out there for how big the army was, hopefully the picture that I'm painting here, even if it's not 100% accurate, is at least going to get across the immense scale and cost of the droid army. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a fun video to make. If you did, join our Discord in the description down below and in the pinned comment. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.